Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Lilibete channel. Good morning here in the Philippines and good evening in the West. So how's everybody in the world tonight in your time, today in my time? So hello. So I would like to shout out to all my members. So I don't need to mention your name one by one, but I know who's the member of my LTZ. Thank you so much, guys. And today I have a special guest, a man from the other side of the world. So I know a lot of you guys, you're familiar with this man. So yeah. So later on, if I have time, maybe I can do some another karaoke. So it depends, guy. It depends, cause my hours in StreamYard just limited. So I'm gonna figure it out later after the interview. And I would like to thank also, of course, Frank Tate. You're my administrator. And I would like also to invite everyone, for those not yet part of LTZ family, please join to my LTZ family. Feel free, I mean. And I would like also to thank for those who sent donation to my PayPal. Thank you so much, guys. So that's another big help to build my future studio. So because I really want to have a good show, at the same time good service for my viewers. Oh, Brit. So that's thank you, Brit. But I so this coming, I have live streaming also this coming Sunday. So that would be Saturday and West. So Sunday, and then the 4th of July. This is for American, all American. Okay, so I have a live stream for that. And I would like also to invite for those American, because that's very important. It's another history in USA, and I'm proud to say this. I'm part of American history. All right, so okay, so I'm going to enter my my guest. So hold on, guys. So I would like to invite everyone. Please join with us, because today or tonight in your time, I have this very special guest, a man from other side of the country. Please welcome Brett Glazo. Hold on, guys.
Hello.
Hello,
I'm using my
Brett.
camera
Good
all the time, but
evening.
yeah. How you doing?
I'm good. So I'm so excited today to have a good discussion with you. So I'm very grateful that you take my invitation. So thank you so much for
You're
having
welcome.
you in my show, Britt. So Britt, would you like to introduce yourself just briefly, so that our viewers will know who you are?
My name is Brett Gleason. I'm in the um, well, I was born in Eugene, Oregon. Live in Washington State, so I live far away from the Philippines. I've been on YouTube since I think it was it July 28th, 2016. When I started my channel, but I didn't really start going to streams till like a few months after. I didn't even know what live streams were. So, and then I go to a lot of Filipino streams. I've lived my whole life in America. I mean, I was born in Eugene, Oregon. If anybody knows where that is, it's like 5 hours south of where I live in Oregon, the state of Oregon. And then I have my mom and dad are still
Okay.
alive, and I have a brother and a half sister.
All right. So thank you so much, Brett. By the way, but before we start our, our discussion or the interview thing. So I have after the interview, I have a rapid uh show. So rapid game, I mean. So it's just like multiple choice. You don't have to. You choose your answer, and you don't need to explain. All right.
Okay.
Okay, Barrio Tech Boy Tips, hello, thank you for coming. So if you're ready, Brett, let's start.
Okay.
Okay, so my first question for you is what childhood memory makes you smile?
I mean, I used to like just like general stuff. Well, not just one memory, but I used to go camping when I was a kid, a good amount. And I used to
Mm,
one of the fun things I used to do when I was a kid is we used to it was just kind of like a shiny, like almost plastic roll, and you put it out on the ground, and then you like in the grass, and then you set a hose next to it or on top of part of it, and then you turn the water on, and you would get like a running start, probably like 10, 15 feet running start, and you would slide on it. It's called a slip and slide. I used to play that when I was like a little kid, like when I was in elementary school. We used to do that every summer when it was warm out. We'd play like slip and slide or other outdoor activities. But it's not really just one memory because it's hard to narrow it down to one memory for me, anyways. You know, but that's what I used to do when I was a kid. And it's always
that's
fun.
yeah.
Fire money.
Yeah, that's when you say that, I can imagine that's that's very fun,
And
doing
a
that.
slip and slide is
Okay,
probably
so thank
about
you for that.
15 foot long or something. I don't know.
Okay, go ahead, guys.
Yeah, it's probably about 15 foot long, and it's probably about, I don't know, 3 feet wide, and it's just a shiny, has like a shiny kind of semi like slippery side on one side, and then you just literally you like set it on the ground, however wide it is, and you put the hose like on the edge, maybe about
Mm-hmm.
3 or 4 inches, and you just turn the hose on to like all the way on, and then you just run and slide on it, and then half the time you would slide off the side or like slide off the back, and you'd get like grass burns on you. You get
Mm.
grass all over you too.
Yeah,
It was
that's
fun,
cool. Yeah.
and you
So,
can still buy them to this day. You can still buy slip and slides at some stores and on Amazon.
okay. All right. So thank you for that. So
Yep.
okay, so let's proceed to our next question, Brit. So how do you spend your free time?
YouTube, RC cars. Sometimes I play little video games. I watch sports on TV. I'm big into sports. That's just what I mean, I'm a big NFL fan, college football fan. I'm a pretty big baseball fan. I like other sports too. I watch once in a while. I'll watch like MMA. I watch like Formula One once in a while. I watch college basketball. I used to watch boxing a lot when I was younger, but I don't have cable, so you have to have like HBO, Showtime, or pay per view to watch most of the big boxing matches. Or now they're starting to put boxing on some of the streaming apps, like the Jake Paul Tyson fight, which was delayed because like probably last month, I think it was, because Tyson got an ulcer flare up. It's like his ulcer was acting up, and the doctor told him not to box. So the fight's delayed until November. But yeah, you have to have Netflix to be able to watch it. So if you don't, I don't have Netflix, so I'd have to pay like the $20 a month or whatever to get Netflix to even watch it. But it was
Yeah,
like I think.
Netflix, they have a lot of good movies,
Mhm.
and some show that you really want to
Yeah.
watch.
And one thing too is Netflix is the one that started the whole like movie, TV show, streaming. They started the whole thing because they've been doing it. Well, they started out as a DVD Blu-ray company where you could like mail order you could like go on their website and get a Blu-ray, and then the next day it would show up at your house. And then you used to pay for a subscription. Like my mom started a long time ago, like probably 15 years ago or something, where she would want like a TV show or movie she wanted, she'd get it on DVD or Blu-ray, and then they'd send it to her, and it'd come like the next one day air, and then you would watch it, and then you could keep it as long as you wanted, and then you would send it back, and then that's the way to do it. It was a subscription like DVD services starts, and then they switch to like video streaming, and now they have like their own original movies, tons of probably like dozens and dozens of original shows and all kinds of stuff. And then now there's a lot of streaming sites. There's probably there's probably 15 or 20. I don't know. There's like Hulu, Netflix, Apple Plus, Amazon Prime, Paramount Plus, Fubo, freaking, I don't know, Tubi, all these other ones, Crackle. And then some are pay, and then there's like a few that are free, like Freevee Movies is free, Crackle's free, Tubi's free. So see, you can watch, but then the problem is they don't usually get like super current movies. You usually have to wait like 2 or 3 years. If a movie came out like this month, you'd have to wait like 2 or 3 years before you can watch it, because it's a free service. And they don't get new programs and shit right away, like new movies and stuff. But some of those free sites even have free movies, like some original television shows, like Crackle does, and like Tubi does, but they don't have as many, and they I don't know how they pay for them. I'll tell you the truth, there's no subscription fee. But yeah,
the Prime, I like the
Amazon
Prime.
yeah,
Especially, if
too.
you want to, you can buy or you can rent, the latest movie,
Well,
really want
all
to
those
watch.
streaming sites are like that. They all have like so many shows and movies that are included with their prescription or their subscription service. And then like Amazon Prime, some of the movies you have to pay like $3.99 to rent them, or you can actually buy them. Some of the movies you can buy them for like whatever it is, a few dollars more or something. You can buy the movies, but generally I've rented a few, but normally I just watch the stuff that's free, like that you get when you pay like the $10 or $15 or whatever it is a month. Some of the streaming sites are cheap, like Paramount Plus. You can get one with limited ads for like $5.99 plus tax, so it's like $6.20 or something, and you can watch most of their shows other than Showtime, I think is what it is. If you pay the premium price, which is like $12 before tax, you get it Showtime included with that. Which some of the shows you have to, it makes it so they're free if you add Showtime. Of course, you get all the Showtime documentaries, Showtime shows, maybe even some of the Showtime boxing, because Showtime does like pay-per-view boxing events, and then boxing on Showtime also, but on Showtime, the boxing matches are not like the super big ones, even though they could be a title fight. They're like a smaller weight class, like two guys that aren't super well known. Like they wouldn't put like Canelo Alves and Terrence Crawford, who are going to be fighting sometime coming up, because they're the two best pound for pound boxers going. They're going to be fighting, but they're going to be on like pay-per-view. We have to pay like $50-some to watch it. And there's usually like at least two fights on the undercard, which could be like a title match or a number one contenders match to battle for the world title. So
Yeah, okay. So that's a good deal, all right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so my next question is, what goal are you working towards right now?
It's a good question. I don't know. Just to be happy in life and not worry about all the small crap that happens in my life. Because I've had the last like 3.5 years, I've had like an apartment fire in my apartment complex, and like, got into a car accident, had to get a new car, and had to go through a bunch of crap. It's a pain in the ass. And then I don't know, just to be happy. I don't really have any goals. I mean, my thing is just I usually live like day by day. I mean, if I wake up, like for example, if I wake up tomorrow, it's a good day,
Okay. Okay, I understand. Okay, that's okay. So next question is, this is for you. Okay, what subjects, current events, or cause are you passionate about?
You mean like what? Like current events?
Yeah, current event.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really follow like the mainstream media that often, because like I'm just sick and tired of all the biased crap they feed you. Like especially in America, they
Yeah.
if you watch any like even local news, it's getting to where like 85% of the news is all negative. Like you watch the news and they talk about, oh, someone got robbed, someone got shot, someone stole someone's car. They're like someone like robbed a store, someone blah blah blah, and then you're like, and then they do like on a half an hour newscast, they do like maybe 5 minutes or something, not even that, of like positive news stuff. They talk about, like positive stuff, and so I don't really find current events because it's like it's all most of the mainstream news is just it's like I don't even want to watch. It's like depressing. You don't want to turn on the TV, watch the news, and all you see is like, oh, someone got robbed, someone got shot, or homeless problems getting worse. It's like, come on, to talk about positive stuff.
So I think that that's the main reason why, because of the social media now, that uh, well, some people, they just post that, a fake news. So a lot of people believe on that. So I think that's one big
Mm-hmm.
problem now for this new generation. So that's why a lot of people must known about before they believe that what
Mm-hmm.
they watch in online, especially online. So they have to comprehend, they have to observe what's the real thing happen. Because
Yeah.
I can see that also, Brit, that a lot of people, it's easy for them to believe what a person
Yeah.
tell online. So that's
And a lot of it
that's the yeah.
a lot of it's
So
fake
that's
because like there's all these times like if you're a big celebrity and like they'll post fake news about you all the damn time. Like there's from what I know, there's like dozens and dozens of celebrities that go to get the fake. Like someone posts, it's from like
mhm.
a fairly reputable news source. It's like a website, or and then someone posts, oh, like one time John Bon Jovi died, and then I'm like, no,
Yeah,
he didn't. He's freaking still alive. And then like I don't
yeah.
know, probably thousands of people, I don't even know, like believed it. And then like I'm like, what? He's still alive. He's like 60 something years. It's just like last year, someone posted that John Bon Jovi died. What are you talking about? He's still touring. He's still alive, the singer of Bon Jovi. I'm like, and a lot of celebrities get that, and a lot of celebrities get the tabloid magazines. Those are still popular in America, like National Enquirer, and they post a story that, oh, this celebrity's got cancer, and then they
Yeah.
show an unflattering, like blurry, like blurry picture that's like kind of blurry from like far away, and he's like walking in the street or walking in a grocery store, and he looks terrible because they got a bad angle and bad lighting and blur the picture a little bit, so he looks like he's dying, but he's not really.
He's still alive and kicking.
Yeah, just like John Bon Jovi's like 60 or 61 years old or something, I'm pretty sure, and he's like still alive. And tons of
Yeah.
celebrities get that, and some celebrities, first they've had like a lot of deaf ones on them, like multiple on them, and they get upset at first for a little bit, and then they're like, it's it's not true, who cares?
Even in YouTube, Brett, there's a lot of fake news. Because for
Mm-hmm.
me, I don't really believe a person tells me that unless I hear the other side. So I'm very equal, because I want to
Yeah,
hear also the other side, in before I give the
yeah,
my conclusion. Hi, Captain Billy Jack, what's up? And BK, hello, thank you for
I be
coming,
kidding.
guys. So guys, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So next question, Brit, is what's your favorite way to unwind after hectic day? Are you
Music.
working?
Yeah, I work part time.
Okay.
Usually I go on YouTube or like listen to music because like music, is one of those things that if you're having a down day, you can put on like your favorite song and it could cheer you up, could not. I mean, usually when I put on my favorite song and I'm having a little bit of a down day, I usually cheer up. I put on something that I get into. It could be like the lyrics about the song, or it could be just the beat or like whatever you like about it, and that gets me through a day. Sometimes I play video games to like unwind, so that you,
Yeah.
you don't think about the hard day you had or whatever. You're trying not to think about it.
So are you a home body person?
Most of the time, yeah. But I mean, I
Most of
do go to my brother's once a week, and I do go to my mom sometimes. And I see my dad, and I do like go on vacation, usually like once or twice a year, but it's not, most time it's not, only for like 2 or 4 days. But yeah, I'll be going to Scotland and Ireland with my dad and stepmom in August, because we have
Okay.
family history in Ireland, and then Scotland's so close. We decided to just go to Scotland too, because to kind of make the trip better, I guess. But my family history is in Ireland. Like
So
my
you have a Scottish blood,
no, Irish,
Irish,
because
Irish,
my
Irish
dad's like
blood.
46%, I think, Irish, because he did the Ancestry.com test. I don't know when that was, like 5-6 years ago or something, and he actually was like, I believe it's 46%. I tend to have to ask him, but it's almost half Irish, and then he's like some other conglomeration, or like other Western European mix up, like a bunch of small percents of like other Western European countries, and so that's why we're going to Ireland, because it's on my dad's bucket list. And one thing too is my dad's 74. He's not super young, but I kind of wanted to hang out with them, my stepmom too, and then it's gonna be a fun trip, because just compared to the United States, Ireland is way older than in the United States. Like, we're going to go to, like, just in Scotland, for example, we're going to go to St. Andrews Golf Links, which is one of their biggest landmarks. It's like their biggest attraction to go to. And some people don't even golf; they just go there to see the course, because and the like clubhouse is a really cool, like, old building and stuff, and just the view, because it's right on an ocean or a sea. I don't know if it's called a sea, but it's right on the water. So then, but yeah, that the old course that's at St. Andrews, which is the original course they built. They have multiple courses there. The old course was built in 1552. America didn't even become a country until 1776. So you can just imagine they have like hundreds and hundreds of years of history compared to the United States. So you'll see buildings that are like people's houses, and other buildings that are like hundreds of years older than the when the United States became a country. So it's going to be
Yeah.
fascinating. I know people I know a lady that lives in the UK, and she goes to Scotland. Like, she's been to Scotland like multiple times. She lives so close. She said Scotland's her favorite place to go in the world. She told me
Yeah,
she likes it better than
yeah,
anybody, just because of the nature and how cool the buildings look and stuff.
because in Scotland there's so many. Are you familiar of the House of Dragon? Because the series, in most of the part, I think that they filmed that in
Oh,
Scotland.
that's the spin-off of Game of Thrones.
Uh, oh,
That's like
okay.
that's like a Game of Thrones side story, because
Yeah.
part of the story was told in the Game of Thrones, and then they expanded the Game of Thrones. But that one you have to have, I think you have to have Max to be able to watch that.
Yeah.
Cinemax, what they call it. I think they just call it Max now, but you have to have
Mhm.
Cinemax to be able to watch it, or stream it off of the Cinemax, the Max app, which I think I have that, because it's on. You can get it through Paramount Plus and something else, I think,
Oh,
to
I
be able to
love
watch.
that. I love that. I love that. I watched that from from season one to season two. Oh my God. There's a lot of story about the House of Dragon.
Yeah, and it's just
So
about.
okay,
Okay, go ahead.
okay. Let's proceed to our next question. Who do you look up and why?
Who I look up to?
Yeah. Who do you look up to and why?
My dad, just
Okay.
because he's been the most supportive person in my whole entire life. I mean,
Mm.
I lived with him from when my parents got divorced. I lived with him until when I was 11, 92, until I was, let me see, until 2004. So that would have been, I don't know how old I would have been then. I would have been 23. Yeah, well, it would have been 23, because I was born in 81. So he's been the person that helped me the most and stuff. And I still get advice from him every day. I mean, because he's been around on the earth longer than I have. So he's experienced a lot more, because he's 31 years older than I am, my dad.
So yeah, your father now, he's 74, you said.
Yeah, 74.
That's a good bonding with your dad. Because
Yeah, he's still fairly healthy. I mean, he's got like 2 fake
yeah.
knees and a bunch of other stuff, but and then he had to have like back surgery multiple times, and then he had back surgery like maybe a year, almost. I think it'll be 2 years ago in September. But he had like 2 fake knees, so I mean he's starting to fall apart, and he thinks that wonders why he wanted to go to Ireland and Scotland right now when he started talking about it, because he can walk around and he can get around fairly good, but I don't know. I even told him, I go, how are you going to walk? We're probably going to be walking, 5,000, like 5-6 miles a day.
Wow, that's way far
Mhm.
for that age. A lot of men, they cannot really do that.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of struggle.
Yeah, because I can do it because when I work, I'm used to walking 4.5 to 5 miles every time I work. But like my dad, I go, how are you going to do it? And he goes, we'll find out. I mean, because he gets around a little worse than my stepmom does. My stepmom only has a partial fake knee, not both. But the fake knees, he doesn't have any pain, and he gets around better than he did before he had the fake, the artificial knees. Because when he didn't have the artificial knees, the last, before he had his first one, he could barely walk and he would limp around all the time. But the knees still aren't the same as like a regular knee. If you get knee replacement, when you sit down for a while and you get up, you have to get up a little bit slower, and then it takes a while for the knees to start moving again because they stiffen up a little bit. But he doesn't really have any pain. He doesn't have any pain anymore. I mean, because before he had his fake knees, he would like limp around and could barely even walk anywhere. I mean, he could only walk like short distances from like the car to the grocery store, from like or from like, wherever he was going to and from the car. So now at least he can walk longer than he does. He can walk but we're going to find out how he does in Ireland. We're going to be there 14 days and we're going to be walking all the time, or like probably 8 or 10 hours a day. We're going to be out and about doing stuff. Probably that's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's a nice to hear that from you, because a lot, especially in the West, they more into their mother's side than their dad. So yeah, it's very nice, to hear that, you're very into that, with your dad.
My
That
dad's the one
that's
that helped me
that's
with most stuff. Like when I was an adolescent, he's the one that was there for me because my mom and dad divorced when I was 11, and then my mom didn't get custody of me, which is pretty rare because my dad was making a lot more money, and then my mom couldn't keep the house and didn't afford to pay the house payment. So
mm,
so my dad could afford easily to pay the house payment because whatever the house payment was, like $2,000, $2,500, whatever it was. And so my dad kept the house because they went to court and everything, and for a little while, and they said that my dad gets to keep the house because he's the one that's making the most money and he can afford to keep it. But then we only kept that house for like 5-something years, and then we sold it and moved to Spokane, which is on the east side of Washington, pretty close to the Idaho border. It's like maybe, I don't know, half an hour drive or something from Spokane to the Idaho to get into Idaho.
okay. So that's nice. That's nice to hear that. You share your experience with your dad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's proceed to our next question. What's an experience that significantly shaped who you are today?
Significantly shaped who I am. I don't, just like one experience. I don't really know because I mean, I've had like bad experiences, but it made me realize that like I don't want to hang around those people ever, because so that probably made me grateful, that I don't want to, because like my thing is I have like a disability, like a partial disability, and you can actually see it, and my back's like curved and everything, and it just made me realize that not everybody's a good person because I got teased all the time when I was in like elementary school, and so that made me stronger because I was like, after a while I was like, screw those people, I don't want those people around me or anything like that. So I just like, It actually was shitty when I was a kid, but it made me turn out as a better person. You know, it made me strong.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me read this from Captain Billy Jack. My poor dad only walks to the fridge and the CR and use their walker. Yeah, because that's Captain Billy Jack. I think when because my dad passed away when he was 71 years old, and before that he had a hard time. He cannot really walk far because um he almost lose his breath. So yeah, it's especially here in the Philippines that the age fund is not really into that. The age of Filipino here 65, they really look old,
Hmm.
especially living in the countryside. They work hard. They work hard. Then people living in the city, that you can see the difference between their look.
Hmm.
Okay, so hi Sharon, thank you for coming, Sharon. Okay, so let's proceed to our next question, Brit. How do you navigate through difficulty situation or conflicts in your life?
That's a good question. I mean, my thing is you're gonna have bad things happen in your life, and you just gotta go, well, hopefully things turn out for the better later. You know, because like I in this apartment I'm sitting in right now, like literally you can see it in this apartment I'm sitting in right now. There was a fire like about, I'm trying to think even when it was. It's probably 2020, maybe sometime. I mean, it might have been August 2020. There was a apartment fire, in an apartment unit that was like a little ways down from mine on the opposite side of the hallway, and then I got a little bit of fire damage above where like the wall my TV's on and stuff, and I got like a lot of smoke damage and water damage, of course, when they had to put the fire out. They had to put the fire out like the wall right here, where I'm pointing to the wall. On there was fire going in the middle of that wall, a little bit of flames going in there, and they'd put water on it. So they cut holes in top of my apartment, and then spray water down into the thing, and it damaged like about half my stuff. I mean, like, like a bunch of stuff I had was all damaged. Like my furniture got all wet. The top of my bed was soaking wet after it happened. There was debris from the ceiling all over. Like about a third of the ceiling was caving in, and all part of it was on the ground and on my bed.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool.
Yeah, it made me
Okay.
stronger.
So
And I just go, well, things are going to turn out for the better, because everybody has bad things that happen to them in life, and you got to like go, well, it'll get better after that. Because I was down when my apartment happened. I was like, oh my god! But luckily, I had renter's insurance, so I could stay in a hotel for a year, and then my apartment was delayed like a few times for getting fixed because I can't. And I lived with my brother for around 10 and a half months, and that was like I lived with my brother. I think it was like 2020, fall of 2021 to like third week of June of 2022. I lived with my brother, so like 10 months, 10 and a half months.
okay. So, Brit, are you the type of person that ignore criticism, or you just really go into that criticism? So it doesn't matter if people in your family, friends, or people in YouTube. Do you take that as a personal
Well,
attack on you?
depends on how they say it, and if it's constructive criticism, then I'll take it different than if someone just says something mean to you, like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, blah blah blah, and they're being rude to you. But if it's like constructive criticism, if it's like my dad or my mom, my brother, like some people that are close to me in like real life, I would take constructive criticism from them, because because they're seeing something that you're doing wrong and trying to make it so you don't do that again or whatever, or make yourself better in the long run, you know.
Okay, so yeah, it's yeah, like I agree that it depends, the what kind of criticism that a person,
Yeah, depends on what kind of criticism they're giving to you. Because like, so some people give you like rude criticism,
hmm
and then I'm like,
yeah,
well,
and then yeah, it starts you to provoke. They really want you to provoke, about
yeah, they want to provoke
the
you, or so I just go, I don't really care anymore. I mean, like most of these people, like in YouTube, if you're going off this YouTube, most of these people you won't even see ever in real life. So you know what I mean?
yeah.
Just saying, I'll probably never see you in real life, or probably never see your husband in real life, just because we live so far away from each other. It's hard to like connect, and like I know a lot of people on YouTube, so people go, oh, come here and I can meet you, but well, I'd only meet one, two, maybe three people, or whatever, and then I know so many people all over the world. It'd be hard to meet all of them. It costs like
Yeah.
hundreds of thousands of dollars to meet all these people because I'd have to travel to like different countries, like
Okay.
UK and Australia and the Philippines, and then I know I'm good friends with a lady that lives in the Dominican Republic, so that costs like thousands of dollars every time just to go there. You know what I
Well,
mean? It's
especially
expensive.
here, especially here going to Philippines.
Mhm.
It's uh uh the other side of the world. So I think you really expected, the cost of, plane ticket in your
Mhm.
hotel
Because even
accommodation.
to go to the Philippines would be cheaper than me going to Scotland or Ireland, but still going to be fairly expensive. Like some people were telling me for like, if I went to like the Philippines for like 3 weeks, it'd probably be $3,000 with the because the flight from for me to travel to the Philippines is more expensive than from me to travel to Scotland because it's a longer flight. It's like from what I've looked up actually on flights, I've googled like SeaTac is our biggest airport, which is south of Seattle, and then in Washington, and then I looked and it'd be like 17 to 18 hours in the and with one short layover and maybe like an hour and a half layover. But then like going to Scotland and Ireland, it's like around 12 and a half hours for actually flying into Heathrow, which is in England, and then transferring to a little smaller plane and going to Ireland. But then when we go back, we fly out of Edinburgh, so it's going to be even a longer flight one way. It's going to be like 11 hours something instead of 9 hours something in the air.
Yeah. Okay,
And
so
I,
let me read this
okay.
Captain Billy Jack comment. My brother told me to put him on nursing home back in 2017. How is no help, but we don't need him anyway. Okay. So that's the thing that in the West, if well, for me there's nothing wrong, bring your parents in nursing home, especially that you work for them. So you have to work, because you have to pay, the nursing home. But
Yeah,
anyway, yeah, here in the Philippines we don't really do that. As much as we can, our elders always, always in our custody.
but like in America, yeah, it's expensive to put your parents in a nursing home. It's probably well,
Yeah.
I used to work in a kitchen in a nursing home back a long time ago. The price has probably gone up some, but it was like $10,000 a month because it included the room they stay in the retirement home. Then it included like food and everything, and it
Yeah.
included activities in it because like in a retirement home they have one of the little short buses. It maybe holds like 15, 20 people or whatever, and they would take them to like sometimes to go shopping, or like if you wanted to do it, you could go on a field trip where they take you somewhere and you would go do something. And a lot of the senior centers take like it can be just like a trip to go to the lake for like a few hours one day and to just sit by the lake and then all that stuff. And then any retirement home has like nurses that they have to pay because if it's not not like a full service retirement home, they have like even nurses that check on you, make sure if you have medication, which most seniors do, that they make sure you're taking your medication and they check on you. Because the one I worked at, they would check on the residents, I think twice a day or something,
Mm.
and they had like multiple nurses that would you know, and it probably had, I don't even know, probably like 100 rooms or something, that retirement home, maybe. You know, it was like, I think it was like 3-story retirement home. And then they include meals too, because like a lot of the retirement homes had include like 1, 2, 3 meals a day. And then so you could get like breakfast or dinner or maybe lunch too, or only one of those. And then some retirement home units actually have like a partial kitchen. They have like a microwave and maybe a sink or whatever. They're like a partial kitchen, so they can make some of their own meals themselves. And they have, some of them have like a small refrigerator in them and stuff, so they could keep some food in there and make like snacks and stuff for themselves.
Who is this? A British expat in the Philippines. Okay, so that's that's good. But I don't know if it's that some in the nursing home in the states that is not really safe because some of the workers who take care of the elders there they're so cruel.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen very often, though. You know what I mean? It's going to happen anywhere. Just some people are just that way. They just are evil people. But generally, that doesn't happen most of the time in retirement homes. Because because you have to be like certified and stuff in some of those retirement homes. Yeah, you have to be like what do they call that? It's not a full nurse, but it's kind of like a nurse. But it's, you know what I mean? I don't know what they call it, but you have to have some sort of like training to be able to do it. Because it's just like if you're a caregiver, now they're, I think in the United States, anyways, they're requiring you to like get a kind of like a certification or something, or be trained to know how to do it. You know what I mean?
Okay. So next question is, what fear have you overcome, or are you working to overcome? What fear?
Fear.
Yeah.
Hmm. I mean, I kind of fear what, because sometimes I wake up and go, oh man, I hope today's a good day, because I've been, my health's pretty good, but I've been kind of unlucky with stuff, like just like I've had a lot of kind of crappy things happen to me, just even like where I live now, like, and stuff. And so, like, it's kind of what I fear. But like my physical fears are like spiders. If you want to get into it, I hate spiders. That's one thing I fear. But I don't usually see very many big ones here. If it was like a big one like you see in like Australia that's poisonous, man, I would probably run. I hate them.
But you know what? A lot of you speaking of spider, you scared of the spider. But here in the Philippines, uh, a lot of people here, they scared of the big cockroach. We have a big cockroach, here in the
Mhm.
Philippines, really big. So
Yeah,
you're really scared.
we get some cockroaches here, but they're a different species, of course, because they have to cope with like different style of climate. Like even in my state, it's not as warm and humid as the Philippines, and it's like because the Philippines is tropical. Where I live is not a tropical climate, So, but we do get, some people do get. I've seen roaches before, and the ones we get are probably about an inch long or something. But there's humongous ones though that are like the Madagascar hissing cockroaches. I've seen those on like TV one time, because it was like years ago. Jack Hanna, Jungle Jack Hanna, who's like a big into animals. He's like a zoologist or something, I think is what they call him. But he had the big ones and like a little like you would keep like a small lizard in or something, like a little cage. And then he'd bring them on the Jay Leno show. This is probably 15, 20 years ago. And those things go like that and hiss. And they were like about that big probably and fat. And I've actually seen people eat those. It's like a challenge. People eat those things raw, like still alive, as a challenge.
Okay. Okay, Brit, let me welcome. Hi, TPG. Thank you for coming. And of course, Sir Bruce. Hello. Thank you for coming. Shooting Star MS. Hello. Hello. So, yeah, that's so scary here. There's especially now that it's rainy season, you will experience that, there's a lot of cockroaches, coming out.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's proceed to our next question. How do you handle, criticism, and do you use it for personal growth?
Hmm. Yeah. Well, if someone says, "Oh, you're doing this wrong," or "You're not good at this," then I'll try to change it. But if someone just telling you that to be rude to you, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do what you say. But I take criticism from like like people that are close to my life, like my best friend, my mom and dad, my brother, my other family, like people that I know in real life. I take criticism from because they're they're looking out for my best interest in my life and want me to do better. You know what I mean? But it's hard for anybody to take criticism. You go, oh, they're saying this and this isn't good about me, or whatever, and then and then everybody kind of goes, oh man, they think I'm not good, blah blah blah, and then you go, oh well, I need to change that, you know, because like
Yeah,
people
okay, go
say I'm
ahead.
like really stubborn, and I am. I'm really stubborn and stuff. I wear my emotions on my sleeve too. Like, I tell people like it is. If they don't like it, screw it. Sometimes, but
Yeah,
sometimes you can't do that. And some people, you know,
gangster.
who
Hello,
is it?
thank you for that. Gangster, Brit Idol, I don't know. But, anyway, thank you for coming, gangster. When I grow up, I want to be like,
I don't even know who that guy even is.
yeah, okay. So yeah, but for me, there's nothing wrong to criticize me as long as I can if that's the thing that I can improve myself, why not? But like you said that a rude criticism, no, no.
No. Well, everybody I know in real life wouldn't give me a rude criticism
Yeah.
because they love and care for me pretty much. Like anybody ever talked to in real life wouldn't be rude like that because I know their character. So I don't hang around people that would give you rude criticism and be mean about it. Why would I want to be around those people? If, you know.
Oh, thank you, gangster. You like my talk. Okay, so let's proceed to the next question. What values are fundamental to you and why?
Respect, honesty, um, kindness. I
Okay.
mean, I mean, the first thing is respect. Like if someone gives you respect, you should give them respect back. If they don't give you respect, then I don't usually give it back to them. Like if someone first, like I first meet somebody and someone doesn't give me respect, I'm going to be like, well, I don't think I want to be around this person or talk to them ever again. You know what I mean? Because first impression could be all you need to tell something about somebody, like their character, the person.
Yeah. Yeah, anybody that's deserve respect, but just if somebody don't respect you, so it's not really comfortable, to uh be respectful to the person that don't respect you. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
like for me, I do believe that I treated you the way that treated me. So it's just like, okay, don't respect me, I don't respect you too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Because if
that's
someone doesn't
simple as
respect
that.
me, then I'm not going to be like, well, I don't want to respect him,
Hmm.
you know, and then I'll just do away with the person because I've had people that have been disrespectful, and I'm like, I'll cut myself off from those people.
Okay, so next, let's proceed to next question. What is your definition of fulfilling life?
Being happy with anything you want to do. I mean, it can be as simple as like, oh, I want to watch a movie today. and you don't have to. Some people don't have to like. Some people think you have to travel around to be happy. It's like
Mhm.
some people are happy and content just staying in their house and watching TV and playing video games. It's like they choose to do that. If they're happy with it, go ahead. I mean, it's not my life. You know what I mean? But just to be happy and spend. My thing is I try to spend time with my family because that makes me happy in my life. I mean because like my family, my mom and dad aren't going to be around forever, so you know you can just spend as much time with your family and friends as possible. I mean, it's hard sometimes when, like, for example, like when my best friend lives in San Diego and he's busy a lot. It's hard to like see him because I barely ever talk to him for the simple fact that he has a wife and kid and he works 6 days a week. So it's hard to get a hold of him. I text message him once in a while, and I talk to him maybe like once a year on the phone because he has no time. He works probably 11 hours a day, I think, and then he has a daughter and a wife, and he only has one free day a week to do stuff, and that's usually when he does stuff with his family or his extended family, which is like his father-in-law and his brother-in-law and his sister-in-law. You know.
Hello, Sir Mike with Calm. Hello, thank you for coming, sir. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let me read this from Gangster.
Hi, Mike.
I respected you, Idolbert. You awesome. Really?
Yeah, you really respect me, gangster? I doubt it. Come on,
See?
come on, gangster.
Okay, so let's proceed to next question, Britt. What does happiness mean to you and how do you pursue it?
I mean, happiness is
What?
like, for me, it's like what I enjoy doing. I mean, people say, well, your hobbies don't matter, and you know, money matters to a certain extent too, because to do your hobbies and that makes you happy, sometimes you have to have money to do them. So money does matter to a certain extent, and I can be happy just by myself, like going on YouTube or like watching a movie or playing video games. I mean, happiness is different to everybody. I mean, so some people are only happy if they're around people, so they got to be around people almost all the time to fulfill their happiness. I mean, happiness starts with yourself. Not Nobody else can make you happy technically. I mean, it will help some, but nobody else can make you happy. You have to start with yourself. Just like if you're
Yeah.
gonna be in a relationship with like, for me, if I was gonna be in a relationship with a woman, if I'm not happy, I wouldn't be happy in the relationship,
Yeah.
and then it would bring
Because,
her down too. So it wouldn't be good for
yeah.
both of us.
Yeah, I agree that, nobody makes you happy, just yourself.
Yeah.
Because, that's bonus that somebody give you happy, but, deep in your, you're the one who gonna make yourself happy.
Hmm.
Hi, Henry. Thank you for coming, Henry. So that's good. So okay, Brett. So I have question that which one you prefer to choose, happiness or money?
That's kind of a open, that's kind of a question though, because sometimes if you buy something, it can make you happy. Like your hobbies, whatever you enjoy doing. So
Mm,
for probably happiness over money, but everybody has to have money to enjoy life. I mean, to a certain extent, like people love to travel. They got to have a good amount of money to travel to other countries. So you got to have money at some point, because if they were like barely able to live in their house and couldn't travel, and then they love to travel, or you know, is that going to make them happy with no money? Probably not.
okay.
But I would probably choose happiness over that though. But money aids you in doing stuff that makes you happy.
Okay. Well, that's for me. It's just like it's according your preference. Which one is your priority,
Hmm.
love or money?
What are you talking about, gangster? Gangster's just here to
Gangster.
talk about me, I guess. I
Okay,
probably
so
know who he
next,
is too.
I think you know him. I think you know this person, Brit.
And I probably don't like the person either. Telling you the truth.
Okay. So next question, Brit, is how do you define success in your life?
Um, I think just being happy is success because I'm not ever gonna make a lot of money. I'm not ever gonna be, like I'm happy in a tiny little apartment. Like some people think it's funny that I go, the Filipinas have a bigger house and or live in a bigger house or whatever than my apartment is, and everybody thinks it's funny. Some people think I'm rich on YouTube. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not rich at all. I make like 29, something like that, like $29,000 a year total with my Social Security and my job, or something like that. You know?
Okay, so by the way, before we proceed to the next question, guys, everybody is welcome here on my show. Please watch out for your comment, because I respect my guests and I respect you guys on the live chat. Okay, so don't mean to my guests. Okay, it doesn't matter if you know this or not. So be respectful, because I'm not invite him just to disrespect you guys. Okay, so we have to respect with each other. Okay, so that's all. So next question, Brit, is how important is family to you?
Really important. I
How
mean,
how how important is your
I
family
mean, it's
to you?
really important. I mean, like my family is the one that helped me my most in my life. So, and um, I look at it and go, everybody passes away and dies eventually, but it's gonna be, it's gonna be hard. Like especially, well, it's gonna be hard when my mom died. But I think it's not gonna probably take it harder when my dad dies because he's helped me more in my life and stuff. And so, I mean, family's really important. I try to spend as much time as possible, but like my dad lives like I think it's like 82 miles north of where I live, so I just can't go up there all the time. I mean, probably I don't know if I'm going to see him until August, but I'm going to be with him in August for 14 days, exactly 2 weeks when we go to Scotland and Ireland. So I'm going to be spending time with my family, my dad, and my stepmom, and then so that's big to me. Like I make time to like my family. Like one of my aunts sent out a notification. This is like or like a invite to go to a family reunion. So I made sure I took time off to go see some of my extended family, like some of my cousins and like my aunts and uncles and stuff, and to make time to do it because some of them are they're not going to be here forever. I mean, some of my aunts are like in their 70s, and one of my uncles in his 80s from that side, from my mom's dad's side of the family. So you're gonna like, well, you got to take advantage when they're alive to spend time with them, because I know a lot of people that didn't spend much time with their family, and then when their mom or dad or brother or sister pass away, and they regret not spending more time with them. Like,
Yeah,
well, like my dad does
right.
that. My
Mhm.
my mom does that with like, but then like a lot of our family lives in different states, so that's why I don't ever see a lot of my dad's family a lot of time, because they're spread out in a lot of different states all over the U.S. So I barely ever see someone's family. Like,
Yeah, because for me, my parents deceased. It's just like it's hard. It's hard sometimes that you were down, that you need their guidance. So you
mhm.
cannot really, you can really, get that because they no longer exist here in the world. So
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. As much as you can, don't hesitate to tell them that you love them. Okay,
yeah,
spend time with them, because life is too short. We never know.
yeah. You
So
could. I could not be here tomorrow. My dad could not be here tomorrow. It's like
yeah.
just like example. I have some family members that like he wasn't like a fitness person really anyways, but he wasn't super unhealthy, and like my cousins husband passed away, like, I don't even know what it was, like in February, I think it was. It was earlier this year. She had her husband pass away just like all of a sudden. And he was a little overweight, but he was like he could still get around. He didn't really have any bad ailments, and then he just passed away. And then like 4 years ago, I think it was, or 4.5 years ago, one of my cousins had her mom pass away. She just went to bed and didn't wake up the next day, and they found her just like dead in her bed. And you don't know when your time's going to be, because God decides that. I mean, you don't decide how long you're going to be living life, because you could get up and like go take a shower in the morning or the evening or whenever you take a shower, and you could slip and fall in the tub, smash your head, crack your skull, and die. You never know what can happen. You can get in your car one day and go drive to the store. Like I get in my car and drive to work, and someone could hit me. You never know.
Yeah.
Life.
Right.
That's why people say you need to live life to the fullest. Because and with like family, you just need to call them. I mean, even my dad, just like calling him and talking to him for like 30 seconds or a minute or 2 minutes or however long it is, and just saying I love him. He appreciates that. Or just texting him I love you, or texting him how you doing, and they appreciate that, because my parents are not super old, but they're not young anymore. And I can see
Yeah.
especially my dad, I can see him slowing down in like the last 2 or 3 years. I can see he's slowed down a little bit, like how he gets around and stuff. So, you need to take advantage of it, because if you don't spend time with him, you're going to be like, man, I didn't spend time with him when he was alive. Now I feel terrible. Just like my dad's dad. My dad's dad died when my dad was 20. So I never met my grandfather from my dad's side. And then my dad was in the Coast Guard, and they would have let him go, but he just didn't really think it was a big deal. But my dad didn't go to his dad's funeral, and he regrets that to this day. He tells people he still regrets it, and he's going to go to the grave regretting it, because he didn't go to his dad's funeral.
Okay. So let me read this from Frank Tate. If you can't say something nice, then just don't say anything. Okay, right. That's
Yeah,
right. Okay,
true.
so I have two more left question, read.
Okay.
So it's just like here's my next question. What important lessons has life taught you?
What word did you say?
What
Liaisons?
important lesson has life taught you?
Oh, lessons. I thought you said liaison. I'm like, what? But it's lessons. I don't know. It's
Less.
just life lessons. It teaches you to not worry about all the time what people say, or not worry about what don't go, oh man, my life's so terrible. I've had an apartment fire, and I've had like blah 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 happen in my life. I go, well, you gotta, if that's one lesson, and then it'll make you look at it and go, there's always a brighter side to it. I mean
Okay, by
because
the way, would you mind? What's the cause of fire that in your apartment before?
um
Wiring?
yeah, well, the one unit, like if you were downstairs and you go, we have a door that automatically locks downstairs. So you have to have a key. But if you go in that door and go upstairs and go, and then the hallway kind of goes straight, stairway goes straight, and then it curves a 90-degree angle and goes to right. Well, once you get to the top of the stairs, there's like 2 flights of stairs. Once you get to the top of the stairs, the apartment on the right, the guy wasn't even home. The guy was not even home in his apartment. He was at work, and he had like his cousin staying with him, which is not even supposed to, because he said only one resident was going to be staying there at the time. And this guy doesn't live in my apartment complex anymore or anything, but he was like from some other foreign country, like Africa or something somewhere. And then what happened is he left his exhaust fan in his bathroom on, because like a lot, like in America, a lot of houses and apartments have exhaust fans. So when you take a shower or whatever, it doesn't fog up the windows, and the mirror in your bathroom, whatever. And so he left his exhaust fan on, and then somehow it sparked and caught on
It's
fire.
overheat, I think. It's
It
overheat.
overheat, or it shorted out, or something happened, or the motor the motor caught fire, or something. And then what it did is it traveled straight like up his attic. His attic's above his bathroom. Went up above his attic, and then across the through the attic across the hallway, and then it went or to like the middle of the hallway ceiling, and then it went down, and then the firemen stopped it right in front of my apartment, pretty much. And then so my apartment, the one across the hallway, and then one of the ones next to me were the three most damaged ones. And like when you have a fire in your apartment, they have a fire investigator, and it probably took them like 2 or 3 weeks to investigate it. But that's what they found out. And the guy that was renting the place was actually paying the rent. He was at work, and he didn't come home until, I don't even know, like maybe a half an hour after the fire happened. He didn't even come home, and he noticed it. And then the apartment was on fire, and so it damaged like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 apartments in one of the buildings. And then so like my half of my stuff was damaged, around about half. And then that's what I'm saying. I still have pictures of it on my laptop where there are big chunks of the ceiling like hanging like this, like the ceiling, or there's like pieces of ceiling all over my stuff in my apartment, all over my bed, and there's water all over. And then they had to cut like above my bed, or where my bed was, they had to cut like a rectangle hole in the ceiling so they could spray water, because the water was going through the wall right here where I'm looking straight at. The fire went down that wall a little ways, and the firemen saw it. But the firemen said, because they know a lot, of course they know tons about fire. They said if the 2 sprinklers didn't come on, because there's like a hallway ceiling, and then they have those like fire sprinklers that get activated when the heat hits the sprinkler, and it has like this little glass thing with this gel in it. And when the glass thing bursts, it sets off the fire sprinkler. Well, they said the 2 that were above the hallway ceiling, if those didn't go off, the whole complex would have burnt down. So this whole building on one side of the park, like there's 2 buildings that my apartment owners, the people who own the apartments own, but it only happened on one side of the apartment. But I have like pictures of my stuff, and I have like a short video of the actual firemen. I think I still do. It's maybe I don't have a video still, but of the firemen like going and like fighting the fire, because we had to stand outside for about like 4.5 hours. We couldn't go in there until they made sure it was done, and all that stuff. But it was pretty terrible. I was like, damn, man. But luckily I had renter's insurance. So they paid for all my stuff and let me stay in a hotel for a year. That's what renter's insurance gives you. If you, at least in like most Western countries, I know in the United States, if you have renter's insurance and you have a fire or a flood, or like you have a tree fall through your roof, or you have they'll pay for up to a year. Usually insurance will have you stay in a hotel, and then generally most of them pay for your items. They'll pay for your items. They'll reimburse you money because you're paying whatever it is, like how much ever you value your stuff at. You'll pay more money per month. Like I think I pay like $16 a month for my renter's insurance. And so if anything ever happens to my stuff, they pay me $10,300 just like for my stuff. So I use like a lot of that money to buy some of the furniture and new clothes and like appliances and dishes and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So that's good, if your apartment is insured, so uh you don't have to worry about another place to find, because you have your apartment is insured. But it's just like, I think that's people, is, even though here, Brett, we have like apartment house insurance, but the cost is, it's too expensive for for regular people.
No, Bob.
Hi, Bob. Thank you for coming, Bob. Okay, Britt, the last question I'm going to ask you: how do you look after yourself when you face adversities?
I mean, I've had a lot of adversities, in my life, like just like stuff happens and stuff, but I just go, and then the next day will probably be better. I mean, it's just not going to be terrible all the time, adversities. And I just, I'm pretty strong when it comes to that, because, I have like a partial physical disability. Like I have humpback and scoliosis from like, little kid, so I was like adversities. I try to move on and stay strong. It's hard to, if you have like bad stuff happen in your life, it's hard to like be positive sometimes, but you have to be, or you're just going to be miserable the rest of your life dwelling on it,
Okay. Yeah. So, okay, so we're done about the question. So let's proceed to our rapid talk game. So are you excuse me. So are you ready for our rapid games, Brett?
Yep.
Okay, so if you're ready, let's start. Wild or freak?
What'd you say?
Wild or freak?
Wild or what? I can't
Or
understand.
freak? Okay, yeah. Okay, so ma'am or dad?
Dad.
Okay,
Sorry,
YouTube or
Mom.
Facebook?
YouTube.
Steak or turkey? Roast turkey, I mean.
Steak.
Beauty or brain?
Ooh. Brains.
Single or single mom?
Single.
Banana split or booty?
Banana. What would you say? Banana split or booty?
Yeah.
Booty, I guess. I don't even know what banana split means. Something else. You're just saying a slang term for it, not the dessert.
Yeah, that's the dessert. That's I'm talking about dessert.
Oh, it is the dessert.
Oh yeah, banana split. It's not a slang word.
Oh, okay. Then booty, I guess. I'm not big into pineapple that they put on banana splits.
Okay, Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Ooh, Christmas.
King or queen?
King.
Money or love?
Love.
Top Gun movie or Godfather movie?
Ooh, that's a good one. Top
Because I
Gun.
know. Okay. Lights off, lights on.
Lights on.
Chocolate or happiness?
Happiness.
Best time for happiness.
Best time for happiness. I don't know. Whatever anybody enjoys doing.
Okay. So complete the sentence. I'm Brett Glazo blank.
I'm Brett Glaso. Human being. I don't know.
All right. So thank you so much, Britt, for answering all the question and go to my rapid game. So anything else before we go? Would you
No,
like to?
just thanks for having me on the panel, and I don't know, just try to be. Everybody should try to be happy in life, whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And spend time with your family as much as possible, especially your older relatives. If you can, because sometimes they have their own lives and they live in different states, and they could live like some of these people that live in the Philippines, and then their family lives in like the UK or Canada or America. So it's hard to see them, but you're going to regret being away from your family. Because I know like foreigners that I know from YouTube that live in the Philippines. They don't hardly even see their family anymore because they live so far away. They only visit them maybe once a year, once every 2 years, once every 3 years. And I'm like, you're going to regret it eventually. You'll regret it. You're that far away from your family, because some people think, oh, I need to go. I'm going to live with my wife in the Philippines or whatever, and they don't see how they ever see their kids anymore.
Yeah.
And they're going to regret it because they're maybe only 10, 15, 20 years left of their life, and their kids don't. Their kids are going to miss their dad, of course, when he's gone. Like I'll miss my family when they're my mom and dad when they're gone, because you know, it's just like I'll be like, dang, my parents are gone. You know, you don't know how it feels until something feels until it actually happens to you. You know, because
Yeah, right.
I know multiple people that don't have their that they're like close to my age that don't have their dads or mom. I know one of my family friends. He's went to the same elementary school as I do, but he's like 3.5 years older than I am. And how I know him was he lived in the same neighborhood as we did for a while before we moved down the road. But he after school, my mom would babysat him because we would back in the day we'd play in the neighborhood, and so we started playing with him. Me and my brother started playing with him, and then my mom, when he was younger, my mom only worked part-time, so then she would babysit him after he got out of school until one of his parents got home from work. And so like he had both his parents pass away. His dad passed away last October, and then his mom passed away maybe 11 or 12 years ago. His mom passed away, so he's only 40. He's like 46 and or almost 46. I think it'll be 46 in August. He doesn't have both of his parents left. I'm lucky to have both my parents alive, because just like one of my cousins had her husband die, the one I told you about, but then she had like 2 months later or something, she had her dad pass away. And her dad was a little younger than my dad. I think he might have been 71. Her dad. I actually knew her dad. You know.
Yeah, yeah, that's, as much as you can spend time with your, especially for those, for those,
Yeah, another one of my trolls just donated to you.
Brit as,
Yep. Yep, and he's one of my
anyway,
trolls.
thank you for, for your,
And then he donates because he knows Filipinas won't block him if he donates. Because he said horrible. He said horrible stuff about me and all this stuff. And he knows money talks to a lot of Filipinas. No, I'm not
well,
saying you, but a lot of Filipinas talks to him. So that's how he does not get blocked. Like I stopped going to a lady's stream because she was allowing him to donate and say bad crap about me, and she accepted it. And so I was like, I'm not going to go to your channel anymore. I don't need to put up with you allowing somebody to bribe you and say bad stuff about me, because it's money involved.
yeah, it's just like, for me, yeah, that's why, I address, before we end this, because, of course, I don't want you to feel, harassed or disrespect on my
Yeah,
show. Of course, I invite you because, I really want to share opinion, information, share your experience with us. But, it doesn't mean that you're there. So
yeah,
anyone is, is free. But you have, like Frank said, if you cannot say nice, then don't say
yeah.
anything.
But he even tries to talk like me in streams. He tries to comment like I do in streams. Like he says like and share, because I say that a lot, and he knows how to do that. So that's why he does it. He even talks like me in streams. He comments a lot of the same comments I do, because he must be following me around and stalking me to figure that out. But I'll leave it at that.
So anyway, Britt, I really appreciate that you come to my show, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. So I hope one day we can do it, again. So and for those people who send me donation, I really appreciate that. And then for those people on the live chat, thank you so much. And of course, my new member of LTZ family, Captain Billy Jack. Thank you so much. So, Britt, would you like to say anything before we go
Final
to our?
words, like the stream, everybody, if you haven't, and subscribe if
Uh,
you haven't yet.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So do you have a channel, right?
You have a channel that has, I don't even know what it is, like 10,200 subs,
Okay.
and I have maybe like 500 and something videos. I don't even know. I only check my analytics once in a while, because I don't, after a certain point, so many people on YouTube just get caught up in every sub and they get, and every sub they lose, and blah blah blah, and how many views they get, and like it's nice to get views and everything on your videos, but I mean,
Yeah.
the whole thing is enjoy if what you're doing on YouTube. Like if you like to make videos about whatever, like food or travel or music. You know, you play an instrument, or you like sing or whatever it is, and enjoy what you're doing. Don't worry so much about your, oh, I only got 100 views on this video. I only got 400 views. It should have been more, and I lost 5 subs today, because people stress out about it. I mean, I see so many people
Yeah.
that are trying to get monetized, and I go, and then unless you get a tons of donations on your, unless you get hundreds of dollars of donations on every one of the streams you do, you ain't gonna make much money. I mean, I mean,
Yeah, it's just
you're
like,
not.
you don't really have to, you don't really have, don't expect too much. Okay, don't expect too much about YouTube. Because yeah,
Mhm,
I agree what you said, that a lot of people, they really expect too much in YouTube. So don't
mhm,
expect, because if something, if there's a blessing, that would be good. If there's
mhm.
coming or not, don't expect. So that's the way
Yeah,
I am. So if you
and
want,
then just, anything you do, because YouTube's like, for I'd say probably 99% of the people that do it is a hobby. I mean, most of us right here are me or you or other people that upload videos. We're not gonna become rich off of YouTube. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be just like doing YouTube as a hobby, and I'm not gonna be able to live off of YouTube. It's rare. You have to have like a bunch of videos like get really popular, and then maybe then you'll get like a tons of subs off of certain videos and maybe get big. But these days in YouTube, as opposed to maybe even like 7, 8, 10 years ago, it's harder to grow because there are a lot more users on YouTube. 'Cause I know people that became big. Like I mod for a guy that has like 2.93 something million, but he gained a lot of those subs. He still grows fairly good. I mean, he still probably gets, like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 subs a month or whatever. But he was growing that when there's less people, less users on YouTube. So then it was easier to do a video and not have someone do almost the exact same video. Because like if I do a food short, there's hundreds of thousands of people that do a food short. So it's hard to get a unique video out there because a lot of the videos have already been done already. So it's harder to grow because there's so many channels that spreads out that someone could go, oh, I don't he's doing a food video, but then there's like a thousand other people that uploaded a food video the same day. So again, it's harder to get seen on YouTube unless YouTube puts you in like the recommended section or something. Because I know some people, they get their videos in a recommended section, they get more views because YouTube's recommending their videos, like promoting them and pushing their channel more than other people. You know,
yeah.
and that's how they get a lot of their views. Like I get a lot of my views, I think, from going to people's streams and being supportive, and they support me back. But my videos, I can tell you right now, my videos aren't nothing special. I mean, I mostly do shorts, and the videos I do that are longer, I don't even edit them. I just use my phone and just like shoot them. Like I have some longer videos from like, I can't even remember, but like that I've done, like 3, 4, 5, 7 minute videos, but I don't ever edit them because I'm like, I don't really want to edit. It doesn't seem fun to me to edit for hours and hours to
Yeah.
to on a video that'll get maybe 500, 700 views or something, or
Mm-hmm.
if that.
Yeah, that's right. So again, Britt, thank you so much. Thank you so much for, having you in my show. So guys, so I'm gonna close this. So
Yep.
again, thank you so much for those, on the live chat. Thank you so much. And Britt, I really appreciate you.
You're welcome,
Thank you.
Lily Beth, and
So
thanks for having me on the panel. And bye, everybody. You'll probably, some of you will see me around on YouTube because I'm around a lot on YouTube. It's
yeah.
one of my hobbies I do, and um I like going to YouTube, and going to people's streams. But a lot of people don't even know that I like have, like a lot of the streams I go to or like stuff, and I just watch YouTube videos like on my TV. If I really want to watch a really interesting video on YouTube, I pull it up on my TV because it's a bigger screen, and you know.
Yeah, cause me, I also go to other show, other channel that I really want to go to channel. It doesn't matter for me, you're big or small, as long as I can. You have a good, you have a good content, cause I really I love to learn from other channel. because once I learn, I share that in my channel also. So it
Hmm.
doesn't matter for me if you're big or small, as long as you have a good, you have a good content. So I really, I really like, to go back again and again. So, oh, thank you so much, Mark, through it, for coming here, and Chari. Thank you so much, guys. But I have to go now, so
Yeah,
maybe you can, you can visit also, because this coming Sunday I have live streaming also, and 4th of July. So for those American, okay, for those American, I will invite you to join on July 4th.
and I can
Okay,
tell you
so
what. Just let people
uh,
know what Fourth of July is really about. It's the Declaration of Independence,
yeah.
which we were under British, like I don't know if it's called rule, but we were part of Great Britain back in the day. So in 1776, we did the Declaration of Independence to become an independent country, free from Great Britain. That's
Okay.
why we had the
So
Civil War between the
thank
North
you,
and South.
Sis Ami, for 16 thumbs up. Thank you so much. So Red, I cannot stay long because
Okay, yeah.
I have to do something. So again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so
Yep, you're
much, Red.
welcome.
So
Bye,
thank you
everybody. I'm
so
gonna
much,
leave the panel.
everyone. Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone. Wow.